Hello, welcome to the show. My name is Karen Weinstein. You know, we all have a spiritual leader that's running our country and planet Earth. His name is Evan. He's there with God and Jesus, and he's orchestrating everything. What I do and what Evan does, and we involve the spirit guides who are like a web. They're intermingled with others. So change can occur, and it can occur quickly. So we have many more people to help us. And I have all my friends in the spiritual world already available to help us help ourselves. So I want to talk about what I was saying to, his name is Evan. He is a spiritual leader, and he and I will work together to make our country the best country it can be. So we started off like this. What else do we need to talk about? To talk a few things about personal things, about health, and just things to talk about. So I went like this, between Evan and I. Okay, what about the Clinton Foundation? And I've been a really big follower with the Clinton Foundation and Bill Clinton. So I watched a Presidency, a show on YouTube. And the show is about small businesses, big opportunities. And I saw something take place that was not good. He allowed an Arab Muslim leader to talk about businesses. And ex-President Clinton showed that he was being orchestrated or being controlled by this Arab, and he looked Muslim. So I watched this, and I never saw Bill Clinton to introduce and interact like he did on that day. They're having Muslims and even black people, which is okay. Black people is fine. Put them off to the side. Let the black people be. Okay? They're doing fine. Nothing's wrong with them. But my main concern is about a religious faith. They want to have businesses in our country, the Muslims, is to help them become rich by having their own businesses. Bill interacted and is helping the Muslims to work in our country. I don't like the work he is doing. That is Bill. Bill is helping the less fortunate, and so we will have to listen to them and be told what to do by them. They, the Muslims, might take over our country. I don't want to be controlled spiritually by the Muslims. Neither do you. They will make our country become a Muslim faith. I don't want that to happen in our country. I said to Evan, you and I, will not allow it to happen in our country. Now in Turkey this has happened. The Muslims took over even after the military tried to stop the takeover, but couldn't stop them. I believe it was 3,000 soldiers and people were stopped and were charged with a coup by the Muslim leaders. Turkey was taken over. There was no way to stop the Muslims. Venezuela was taken over by the Muslims and then led to communism. My thoughts is, the Muslims can receive a message from God to alter their faith and to end the Muslim faith. God can alter their faith. And I said to Evan, what are your thoughts? Well, having God talk to the Muslims through faith is better than a war. A war will be devastating, and I'm not sure if we can alter their faith, even though God rules. There are 2 billion people to change their lives. That's how many in their faith. Sir Evans says, we can let the people make their own decisions. Then all we do is guide them to make all of the correct decisions. And then I said, what if there is total chaos, and then they are so deep in their decisions, and it can't be changed? Evans says, we can make changes at all times. Don't worry. Let's guide the people to make all the right choices, and that is why I'm doing my show tonight. It's a day of debates between President Trump and ex-Vice President Biden. We will guide you to make all the right choices. And that's, like I say, is what I'm doing today. So, as Evan and I spoke about the presidency, President Trump leading the young males to against the American black and even with the white people. They would create violence and an uproar with the Proud Boys. People, they can be a life-changing event to our country. The Democrats have their negative episode for our country. The Democrats have and do not want to have a religious faith to create change in our faith. People, this has had happened in Turkey. As many people they have in their country, the religious faith took over in their country. Then it became a communism country. They have to listen to the Muslims. The Turkey government couldn't prevent and stop the takeover of this faith, such as the Islamic Muslim faith. Venezuela couldn't stop this movement, and they had the takeover even after 3,000 soldiers and people were arrested. They couldn't stop the religious takeover. Recently, after one of my shows, the next day, the government person, the government leader, said the government was separate from the religious faith. So they may not have the government and the takeover by a religious faith. They keep the religious faith and the state separate. I think the state will have to take over and go against religious faith, even if they don't want to. That's how serious the situation is. Here's a thought, which I just said, for the control of the state. There are 2 ways we could go. We can have the Democrats win the presidency and then be led by the Islam faith. And then the state will take, and then at that time the Islam faith and then the state will take over and end that religious faith by the Proud Boys. This is an option. Another option is for the Republicans winning the presidency will be led by the Proud Boys. All of us will be affected. There will be more of leaders. They put themselves, white males put themselves above all others. And they themselves fight back the Muslim faith and potential in our country. I think that either choice that is voting Republican or voting for the Democrats, there will be changes in our country. People, with these 2 scenarios, how do you want to live? I recommend vote for Joe Biden and then the changes will be stopped by the Proud Boys. This is a major election, and we need to decide how do we want to live. I want to live in democracy and be free. President Trump's people will take action regardless if they win the presidency. My suggestion, let's vote for democracy outside the concern of these two situations. Let's go for freedom. The Proud Boys, supremists, do not attack the black people because they are not our major concern. Watch out for the uprising of the religious faith. Now people, now do you see why I try to run for president? It is because the challenging events with both Democrats and the Republicans that will occur in our country. I would have been the third choice. I wish I was the third choice, people. Get ready. I wish I was the third choice. Really, I wish really much, a lot that I was the third choice that people could choose for their president. People, all of us Americans, unite, and together we will keep our democracy will prevail. So with that in mind, there's two ways we could go. Have Mr. Joe Biden as our president and the Islamic State, or have President Trump and his followers be reinstated and have control of our government, and they will do what they want. And they've done bad things, but we have to be careful of a new faith occurring in our country, and that is the Islamic Muslim faith. Vote, people. Vote for who you choose to have to lead you on November 3rd. What will our future be like? Thank you, people. Thank you.